Hello, hello, hello. How do you use a drum machine or a sequencer to practice your rhythm and your melody and your scales, and to get out of the rut when most of us know that whenever you have time to pick up the guitar, you just noodle away on something that's familiar to you. And if you have digital audio workstation on your computer, or I'll try to post a link below and try to find something online for you. But it can be used, not to only give you rhythm and to jam over it, but to just to create various rhythmical patterns. And what I did in the beginning was a simple 1 2 1 1 2 kick drum pattern, and I'm gonna play it for you again. Dun, 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 dun. Now this here is from Logic Pro 9. This is an Ultra Beat sequencer, and what I'm using right now is 8 bars time 4/16 notes, so it's 32 beats all together. So it's 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, and it goes like that in a loop. And what I realized is if I put the hi-hat on all the time like this, don't know if you can hear this. You have your metronome. You have guidance to It shows you what you got to do with your right hand. And what I'm doing, I'm picking down, up, down, up. And in the intro, I'll show you that, like, whenever the kick drum came on, I basically played a note, and everything else was just percussive, down, up, down, up. And this is where stuff gets interesting, because for now I'm using this very, very simple pattern, and this is 70 BPM. So it's medium tempo, and you can always slow it down. And why is this better than a metronome? Because of course you have various drum elements here, so you can assign a note to each one of them, or just you can just have this simple kick rhythmical pattern, and just every kick could be a different note, or just a single note, or you could just run this rhythmical pattern through a scale like this. Now you see what I'm getting at. It's like if you can do this on one string, you can do it on all strings, and you can practice your. Because whenever I get a beginner around here, is like everybody's problem is syncopation. People don't understand it. You need to have constant movement of the hand. You need to play those 8 notes or 16 notes, depending on which what kind of measure you're in, and then you just have to pick out the notes you wanna ring out. The chord or whatever. Everything else is like just keeping time. Whether you just play the percussive thing, or you just move your hand away from the strings and then just come back and hit the notes that are being played here with the kick drum. So let's switch it up a little bit. What first came to my mind, because I did some previous videos on this which I haven't posted, and I probably won't, because I mixed up the I just put the kick drum all over the place, and then it took me a while to figure it out. So I'm going to do something simple for you. I'm just in the second bar I'm going to put I'm going to put 4 notes. And then I'm going to do the same thing in bar 6. So it's kind of symmetrical, and then you can do this. Yeah. A minor scale. A minor pentatonic. So you see where this is going. You know, you can put four notes, the 1 2 3 4 1. The 1 2 3 4 can be any group of notes you pick and choose to play whatever you're struggling. Like if you have, even if you're doing an arpeggio, like something like that. Or if we go back to more of a linear type of playing, then if I speed this up, for instance, to see what I'm getting at? It's like when you sometimes when it's too slow, it's hard to, it seems like a long sentence to remember, you know. But when you speed it up, it's much clearer what the rhythmical sentence is. And then again, you know, when you kind of get tired of this and you realize you can go from a medium tempo to a higher tempo, then you know, stop and switch it up again. So you can just by changing where these four consecutive notes are appearing in the phrase. So now I put them in bar 3 and bar 7. So you get down, 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 down. And now we have an option of swinging the notes. So let's see what that does. So you get the idea, right? And then, you know, of course, it doesn't have to be all. Like look how much it changes when I put in every other bar when I put the snare drum instead of the. So we used to have this, just to do it. And now I just pull out this one and I'll put the snare here. You know, I could play a fifth up here. You know, whatever you feel comfortable with, or maybe even better, whatever you feel uncomfortable with. And yeah, so I would say this is the basic principle of like having fun with a drum machine and discovering new ideas and putting yourself in a position where you really need to kind of slow down and work out a way to find to learn this new pattern, and maybe not maybe definitely get away from playing the same old stuff over and over again. Thanks for watching. Hope you got something, and bye.